Hi, I'm Saquon, and today I'll be doing the Q&A on driver's training. Those who are taking it right now and those who are taking it in the future. So I have 26 questions. I won't be answering all of them, but I will be answering most of them. Question 1. How much does it cost to take driver's training? Well, it costs like $500. And it was not cheap. You had to take, they're paying for the 24 hours of classroom, and you had to pay for the drives, which are 6 of them. How did the first day of training go? Well, it was rough, but I did make it on time. To class. Question 3. Was I in person or virtual? I was virtual. Question 4. What are the rules of driver's training class? Well, for Zoom, you have to be at a table and sitting in a chair, and you have to see your face clearly, no shadow. You have to be on time every day. You cannot have food, but you can have a beverage, and you cannot be gone more than 5 minutes. You also have to be participating, and you always need to keep your camera on. So that's the rules on Zoom. Question 5. Can you schedule drives? Yes. I will schedule them after your 3rd day of class. Question 6. What's the best time to schedule? After your 3rd day. And how many drives do you schedule? There are 6 in total. But 4 hours of observation. Of all the drives, which one was the hardest? My 2nd drive, because night driving is not a lot of fun. How many days of driver training are there? There are 12 days. The first 11 days were virtual for me. My last day was the written test, and I did not do well on that. Why do I have to go in person on the final day? It's because I have to take my written test. You always have to go in person to do that. How many questions are there on the written test? 80 questions. Well, if you pass your written test, you can print your certificate. If you fail your written test, you have to call and make a reschedule to make a retake. Why do I go to Secretary of State? Well, you're going to get your temporary permit and make sure everything's correct. Why do I start with the temporary permit? It takes very long it takes 2 weeks for your permit to come. So yeah, that's why you have a temporary permit. Why do I track my hours? Well, you track your hours so you're on time for segment 2 and you're on time for your road test. How many hours do you need to take segment 2? You need 30 hours, but 2 of them have to be at night. How much does it cost to take segment 2? Like $95. How many days are in segment 2? There are 3 days in segment 2. Segment 2 is very chill, but that written test will get you. How many questions are on the written test? There are 20. Like as usual, if you fail, you have to call to make up. If you pass, you print your certificate for segment 2, and you continue all your hours until you reach 50 hours, 10 of them at night, in order to take the road test. Now, if you once you reach all your hours, you can schedule the road test. But I will practice a lot before you schedule. What to expect on the road test? Well, you need your level 1 permit, you need your certificate for segment 2, and you need all your hours in order to take the road test. How many points are on the road test? Well, there are, for parking, you can get 6 or less is passing, 7 or higher is failing. Now for the road, 25 or less is passing, 26 or more is failing. What happens if you pass or fail the road test? If you fail, you have to make up. You have to reschedule and do a little bit more practice. And if you pass, go to Secretary of State, online, the website, and make sure everything's correct and your license and your permit's updated to level 2, and you get to start driving by yourself. If you're wondering, did I pass the first time? No, I didn't. I failed the first time due to parking, and it was not very fun. So yeah, parking, do a lot of practice. I hope this helps, and I can't wait for you to start driving soon. You better be good on that road, and the best part is, it's freedom when you start driving on your own.